Hey everybody, my name's Chris. I'm from Chicago. I'm going to do a tutorial on landing on Mars. And with no further ado, let's just launch and start our mission to Mars. I launched at just about noon time. I don't know if there's opportune time to launch. Not sure what it would be. I used to usually do like 2 a.m. or something. So when I left Earth's gravity, I was pointed out towards Mars. My rationale with taking off at noon is my orbit will be smaller, tighter, and then when I finally make maneuver an encounter to Mars, I think maybe it'll be a shorter distance. I don't know. So we'll see how it all pans out. So we got the first stage done. Out of Earth's atmosphere right here. So everything's going as planned. Just me. I like to line it up so I can see what I just dumped off and so the big thing here is speed. You know, faster you go, the quicker you're gonna get out of Earth's pull. I could have built a heavier rocket that went a little slower, you know, get the same result, but full disclosure, I never played KSP, so this is the only rocket game that I've played, so I'm not going to compare. I basically have no clue what that game does. I don't know, just the little green alien guys just kind of turned me off. It felt like a kid's game, so this seems more like more on par to like Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, so. I should say that, I started this tutorial with the rocket already built. Maybe I'll think about doing a video building the rocket for Mars. But, I'm going under the assumption that you already have a rocket built big enough to get you to Mars. Here we go, another stage coming up. So I'm halfway there on the speed. I'd like to be at about 8,000 meters per second. I'm not going to make these videos too long, so I'll kind of section them off, but I'd like to get out there and, I don't know, maybe just get out of Earth's pull for this video. Show you a couple tricks I do. Maybe not tricks, but tips. So once we're done with this stage, I'll switch to the other map view to kind of gauge, because the next stage will probably get me out of Earth's pull. Hey, we're getting close to the stage. Start the next. I'm going to switch the map view. I just kind of hover over this, see where I'm at. Need about 1,000,000 kilometers to get out of Earth's pull, so this should take me there, or close. You'll see like the AO-apsis just increases like exponentially, so kind of have my hand ready to throttle back a little bit when I get close. I don't want to go flying out too quick. But I do let it go a little bit, so I like to like I'm gonna throttle back right now a little bit, and I'll cut it off when it goes out a little bit. There we go. Now I'll stop it. All right. So right here, I like to do a little bit of cleanup. I go into the Space Center, and I'm doing this to help me with the time warp. So if you leave all the rockets that you disengaged out there. Sometimes time warps doesn't allow you the fastest speed, so get rid of all the extra rockets. At this point, so I don't forget, I engage the panels. I set it to prograde. I'll switch the map view, and I just speed to get out. All right, I'm in the sun's orbit now. I go back to regular speed. So what I want to do is I want to set up, although I'm really close, like I've never seen that before. Um, what I want to do is get on the same orbital plane as Mars, temporarily set it as the target, and I'll pick like the next closest spot right there. I try to set up Mars's orbital plane as flat as possible. I go to the maneuver, and it's unbelievable how close I am. So um, what I'm doing, I can exaggerate a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is just make sure that I line up my maneuver. There we go. Perfect. So I lined up my projected orbital plane, the same as Mars. I don't need Mars as a target, really. I'll set it to target, and speed it up a little bit. So it's telling me 5 seconds to, and I think that's gonna cover me from whatever's left on here. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna aim for about 5 seconds or under. When I get closer, I just kind of slow the time warp. Pretty close, so let me slow it down a little bit. See on the right there, I'm just trying to get the time down pretty much to almost nothing. If you go over, it sucks. Sometimes it plays some like kind of weird projections for you, so definitely want to stay before the time here. All right, kind of get it back to regular speed right here. Maybe a little quicker. Doesn't have to be exact right here, so get it right on 5. And I'm just going to hit Z on the keyboard just to blast the throttle. So I messed up right there. I had the target set, but because I had that bigger rocket stage still hanging on, it didn't really align to the target. Not really a big deal. A little sloppy on my part, though. So we just want to match the orbital plane as Mars. And just got my finger on the X button, just ready to kill it at about 0 seconds. Okay. And then I just clear out this maneuver. And I take a step back and look. And I just want to line it up where the periapsis of Mars is right at 12 o'clock, or close enough to. Um, and then what I'm trying to do right here is I'm going to line up where I should be at 6 o'clock and Mars should be somewhere around like 4:30, and I project like the smallest distance possible, but we'll see how that goes. Anything roughly close is good. I speed up the time warp, and I just keep my hand on the time warp speed to, because I might get it right here. Luckily somehow. All right, so I'm roughly near 6 o'clock, and Mars looks like it's about 4:30. So I'm going to try a maneuver. I'm going to see what prograde out looks like. I like to get right on the orbit and then just take a look, just make sure. So that's good. And I'll go prograde out a little bit more, see if I catch anything. And I don't. So I just keep it close to the orbit. And I just kind of slide a little radial in, radial out, see if I catch something. And I did. Fairly close too, so I'm gonna go with it if I can. Just gonna move slowly here. Let me catch this right here. All right, 378. So I just kind of click this slowly, see where I'm at. 258, 203. Keep going. 148. All right. So um, if I do this maneuver, I'm like 27, 28,000 kilometers away from Mars. I'm going to go with it. Speed up the time lapse a little bit. All right, so I'm on the target, ready to go. I don't have 3.5 minutes worth of fuel on this stage left, so If I knew I could cover the whole 3.5 minutes here, I would shoot for somewhere halfway in between. It's like, like 100, well, a minute 45 seconds. I know that's not going to happen. So I'm probably just going to go for the 331, knowing that my stage is going to run out and I'm going to hit the next stage, which is going to be a little slower. It's going to add more time. So, um, and I just start time warping down when I get close. Once again, you don't want to pass this. You want to catch it before it goes past the hash there. So now I'm getting close. Like it's days, hours, minutes. Now we're almost out of days here. I guess close to when I'm going to let it go. Let it go again. So I'm at like 3 hours. Let's come down to the minutes now. It takes a lot of effort to get to this point. So there's been plenty of times where I've messed up on the time warp and I've blasted past it and just like a big waste of time. So I just want to make sure that I do not overshoot this. Basically going right for about 3 minutes, I think, would be fine. All right, I'm ready to go. Basically gonna just blast a thruster right now. And I'm gonna move this way, just kind of watch the orbit expand here. So even though I'm pretty sure I'm gonna run out of fuel on this stage before the time's up, when I get to the next stage, I'll show you when it gets close to here, you kind of pull back from the thruster to just like kind of pinpoint your timing. If you can't just go full blast and hope that you catch the right moment at the closest altitude, but I'll show you that in a sec. So as expected, I knew the stage wasn't gonna last the whole burn, so Get the next stage going. I like to pull in the panels just in case something blasts off there. And as you can see, the time kind of extends a little bit with the less powerful stage, so still looking good though. So when I get down around 15 seconds, kind of pull back on the throttle a little bit just to fine tune where I'm actually going to stop the burn. When it gets close, you see a little yellow flag pop up. That's where I gauge like how close I'm going to come to my encounter with Mars. What's great is if I can get it pretty close to 27,000 kilometers, I'm just going to retrograde right in with the stages I have. So everything's going as planned so far. Yeah, if I get around like 15 seconds, I start scaling back the throttle. It'll move up the time more, but it'll slow it down a little bit. Because when that yellow fill flag pops up, it moves pretty quick if you're going too fast. Here it comes. Just kind of follow it along the way. And I don't know why I did that, but I'll take the 14,000 kilometers. All right, get rid of the maneuver. I just time warp to get close. Doesn't matter, just set that now. Retrograde. Yeah, full electricity, full battery power. Everything's looking good. Once again, I'll just kind of step back on the time warp when I get close. All right, and we got our Mars encounter. So I think at this point I'm going to stop here. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'll stop this one. I'll do a part two. We'll continue on, and hopefully I'll land on Mars. So thanks everyone. Just join me on the next part. Thank you.